Hi Aquarius, how are you? How's things? I'm Eriu and this is Eriu Tarot Readings, and you my darlings, as always, you're very welcome here to your bi-weekly reading of July the 17th to July the 30th 2017. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you've had a lovely summer so far. I really do. To my new subscribers, you're very welcome. This is a family here. This is a family affair, and you're very welcome to this tribe, so I hope you're very well. Remember, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. Just check out your moon and your rising sign videos as well. And if you're uncertain as to what your moon and rising signs are, well then don't worry. Check out the link below. You can calculate it literally in 2 minutes. So fast. I think some of you are feeling that you could only get your moon sign or your rising, but once your chart comes up, go into the options below and select the very first option of showing the minor aspects as well. Press the redraw button and that you'll be able to see your rising sign in that as well. Okay, okie dokie. So we're at this phase now, really, aren't we? It's July, the 7th month of the year already, and I always feel like July is a good year to kind of stop for a second, look back and look forward, just to see, because 6 months have already gone. I don't know where 2017 has gone. All I know is it's after flying in, and so I want to get back to the individual and the journey. I know I kind of focus on that a lot anyway, but I wanted to scale it back, and I wanted to kind of do a different sort of spread for you for this bi-weekly reading. The other ones were doing well, and I think it resonated with a lot of you guys, but it's time for a little change. Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So I'm doing this spread. You may have heard of it before. It's called Who Am I Now and Where Am I Going? So as I said, July is a nice time to kind of stop and reflect, see who you are now, see how far you've come, and not only that, what's going to come up for you, right? The next 2 weeks. This is important, because we're not who we were yesterday, right? Not who we were yesterday. So let's have a look at this for you, my darlings. Ooh. And if you haven't already, go grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, something stronger, whatever your poison is, even your dinner if you want. Come back and sit with me and let's have a look at your next 2 weeks through this particular reading. And that's us. No, nearly. Now this is us, lovely. And boom, that's it. And I already know. There we are. Lovely. Thank you. Now, different positions meaning different things. I'll talk through all of them with you. And if we need to clarify, I will as well, alright? Sometimes they come up as a general reading. Other times, other signs will be getting love readings. So let's just have a look, okay? Let's have a look for you. Okay, so we've got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh position. And as I said, they all mean different things, so I'll talk through them all with you. Now, at the very center of the reading, the heart of this reading, your first card, this is who you are now, Aquarius. So who are you now? Do you know? You're unsure? Not quite sure? Let's see. Wow, okay, cool. So Ace of Wands, so you've kind of popped up in your own suit here. You're saying, hey, how's it going? So we've got your brother and sister sign of Gemini and Libra as well involved in this. This is an ace. Aces are the purest energy of each suit. It is strong, my darlings. It is really strong. This is about new beginnings, but this is about being victorious as well in these new beginnings. Ace of Swords comes in by the divine hand, and it's like, look, you got a bit of crap going on in your life, let me sort that out for you. You got a little bit of things that are hanging around you, you've got some people around you that aren't for your greatest good and don't have your greatest intentions at heart. Let me get rid of them. You're in a really crappy scenario, let me get rid of them. The sword comes in and literally cuts away at all the fat stuff you don't need, you don't want. See you later. But also with this in particular, this is about you living and being in your truest self and your truest form, more so than you have in a really long time. Speaking your truth in a major way as well. Walking down a path of truth for you on your journey. That is your truth. But it's about, this sword comes in as well. If you imagine that sometimes we can't always see where our path is leading us. And sometimes that can be slightly fearful. Other times some people just go, no, whatever happens, happens. I get though for you, Aquarius, you get a little bit anxious with this particular energy, not knowing where you're going, doesn't feel quite comfortable. Well, this Ace of Swords comes in as well, and it's like if you're walking down a path, you can imagine, you're walking down a path and it's nice and clear, and then all of a sudden the foliage on either side starts to come in on you and starts to grow up and around you. This sword comes in and literally cuts away at this foliage, like this extra bits that are, for want of a better word, bits, the extra elements of your life that are coming in and you don't need anymore, because it wants to cut all that away so that you can see your path more with more accuracy. Okay, and this is really great for you. And as I said, it's about being victorious in that, but be careful. Why do I say be careful? Because although its greatest strength is being able to cut away at things and getting rid of it, it's almost, if you want to say, it's kind of greatest weakness or con to this card is that it can cut away at everything. So just be careful when you're speaking your truth. Doesn't mean that you have to say everything how it is, be really blunt and honest, take that whatever way you want, and kind of hurt people in the process. I'm not saying that you do that, but what I'd say is just be careful if that energy is in this card, and it may flow through you. And because you're an air sign, it may very well be more inclined to flow through you. Know that the tongue is like the sword. It is your deadliest weapon, Aquarius. And not only that, your ability to think quickly and speak quickly, you operate on a level that a lot of other signs don't. So you got to be careful with your bluntness, you got to be careful with your honesty. Now you can still be and live in your honest truth. That's absolutely fine. That's where I want to see you. But also know that some people aren't able to keep up with you in this sense, and you may cut them down a little bit too fast. Just a little bit. So we want to just know the delivery is just as important as what you've got to say, okay? But a fantastic card to have in this. And I think a lot of you are starting to feel a little bit more self-respect for yourselves, am I right? You're starting to feel a bit more, I feel like there's something regal about you guys now, that you don't, there's very much a you can't touch me vibe off Aquarius. And like, that's great. I think before you didn't have that, you're not great on confrontation, but now you're like, well, you know what, whatever. I've got my own back, I'm fine, thanks. Beautiful, beautiful card to have in the center, great. Now your second position is this card here. This is what you don't know about yourself. So you're probably thinking, what could I possibly not know about myself? Well, let's see. Ah, who had this? I think it was it Gemini? No, I think it was Libra. Exact same position as well. So what you don't know, well, for some of you, independence is a really, really big thing. I don't even mean just being by yourself. I mean being financially independent as well. Practically independent is a really big thing for you. Now, what I will say is that there's something about this Four of Wands card that makes you kind of take a step back. For some of you, if you're still living at home, which isn't a bad thing by any means whatsoever, or you're coming to visit home again. I feel like for some of you, maybe sometimes there's a bit of friction with the L family, with some of the L relatives, with mommy and daddy, maybe brother and sister. Sometimes you get a little bit of friction there. What I'll say to you is that actually this is what re-energizes you. It's about there being a certain power and love and compassion that's at home. Maybe you don't see it for what it is sometimes. Maybe it comes out in different practical ways of the people in your family, and you don't see it as being love. There is, it's love there. This is about having a happy home, having a place to hang your hat, and that's nice. Knowing somewhere that you can be, that you can just put your head on the pillow and you're at peace. This is the same peace. It's a comforting card as well. So for some of you, know that a healing process and comforting and nurturing process is very strong within your family home, and that if you still live there with the folks or whoever, know that at times, yes, it can be a bit of a strain, right, because you've got different personalities under one roof, but know that they're actually there for you in this moment of your next 2 weeks to heal you and to give you love. And so if some of you as well are coming back with the family home and you're like, oh Jesus, I have to stay with these for another few days and I'm gone again, I'd actually say to you, really enjoy this moment with the family. Really enjoy being back in your old bedroom. Really enjoy being back on the familiar steps up to the doorway, because there's something quite comforting in that. And if you're going through if you're going through something that needs this Ace of Swords to come in, then maybe things are a little bit harsh at times. Maybe your love life is a little bit strained. Maybe work or domestic life is a little bit strained. So take comfort in the knowledge that this is here for you, and that there are people in here that want to take care of you and actually love you dearly and are delighted to have you. It's important to know that as well. Now your third and fourth cards up here, this is what you need to relinquish. Right, so this is what you need to completely get rid of, Aquarius. Now what I'm finding as I'm doing this particular spread is that great cards are coming up for this relinquish one. Great cards. And I'm like, Tarot, you're just messing with me now. You're just having the crack with me now, Tarot, aren't you? Which sometimes they do, but let's really have a look at for you. And let's ask the question, Aquarius, what you need to get rid of. What you actually need to cut the cord on. I think some of you know. I think lately there's been little niggling things at you but you haven't really looked in the eye and said yes or no to. One of also the reasons why the Ace of Swords came in for you as well. But let's see what you need to get rid of. The Page of Cups. Now this is quite a sweet card actually. Okay. Right. Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius, you little Aquarians. You have Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is a beautiful, lovely little card. It's ruled by Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer, and it's all about emotion, it's all about love, but more important, it's like emotional energy, your emotional well-being and the vibrations you give out to other people emotionally in that sense as well. Now, I'm going to clarify this, but I just got for some of you there, because I could hear it in my head, you know, it's time to stop being so naive in love. Alright? And, like, I'm not judging anyone at all, by the way, but this is what's coming in. It's like, let's stop being naive in love, and let's stop giving your cup to everyone. And that's not like a euphemism for anything at all, right? It's not. It just means like you need to pull back on giving something that's very special and unique to you to many different people. Because I feel like you're just like, because the page, remember, page is like the rookie of the deck, it's the student. So it knows it's got something really great here, but doesn't always know how to use it. But instead then, if it doesn't know how to use it, what some people do is, what are you going to do? You're going to play around with it. You're going to see how it works. But I feel like this is a little bit of love for you guys, that you need to stop giving your attention to people that you know are either going to use that cup or that you just don't have an emotional connection with. Do you know what I mean? Let me clarify this though, but that's what I feel. I feel a huge naivety here. Hold on. And I want to kind of sort out what that is for you. Because you're not stupid. I know you're not stupid. Not at all. You're so intelligent. But there's something about lacking in emotional intelligence here, I think, is a key thing for you in these 2 weeks. Who'd you keep giving your cups out to? Stop showing your cups off, Aquarius. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, darlings. All right. There's one in particular, though, that you want to give your cup to. But I can see you giving your cup to many people. But you... Okay, I hate coming across like I'm preaching or giving out to people. Sometimes I just get really like passionate about what I need to say, and it comes out the wrong way, right? But my intentions are true, and that is, don't waste your time in kind of giving your cup to people that you inherently know it's just not going to last with. Like, be specific. And that's not to say you don't need to give people chances, because like that's nice, do you know what I mean? You have to kind of invest a little bit to see if there's something there with someone. But when you really know, like you know that there's nothing there on your part, like stop giving. Like, cut the cord on that. For 2 reasons. One, it's kind of not fair on the other person, and 2, it doesn't do you any good to give out all that emotional energy to someone that it's not really going to go anywhere. Because you want it to go somewhere, do you? You do, yeah, right, you do. We all do. But there's one person in particular. For some of you, it may be an air sign, or maybe Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and maybe a Cancer, very important, or also maybe Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And I'm feeling strongly though, Cancer, there's someone that you're speaking to who is not in your geographical location. There's someone that's far away. This person, they could be overseas, but they could also just be in the next state. Do you know, the next it's like the next area. But they're further than just being kind of like next door. Do you know what I mean? It's bigger than that. And you're waiting for this person to come in, and you're waiting to kind of also, you kind of see yourself having a life with this person, and you see yourself creating a world with this person, or inviting them into your own world as well. But I feel like you need to get them. It's a thing that you want to get to them. You need to get to them. Get me there. Get me to them. Get me to them. Get me to them. And it's a case that you're like, if you could, you just put the key in the ignition. Can go, like, I think that's what you could just, you're just gone. But there's something here, like, what I want to say is, why are you waiting on them? I just got Adele, like, hello, it's me. That's what, you know, and you're kind of waiting here, looking out, just hoping that they'd kind of text you or communicate with you, and you're looking for that level of communication and love because you want to put the investment into that, because you see them in your world, but at the same time you're not going after it. You want to, but I think you're looking at, are you looking at the signals to be the right ones in order for you to go? Because I feel like you're just about to go, but you're waiting on some sort of like permission, or you're waiting on some sort of like a signal to say like, definitely come to me now. And if you got that, you'd be like, I'm gone. But you're waiting for these particular words to be said until you can go. So really you're just kind of like revving your car at the red traffic light. Do you know what I mean? Waiting for the green, hoping for the green. And it's not happening. And because of that as well, this is kind of hurting you slightly here, Aquarius. Because I get that you see something with them. But the funny thing is, they're not actually here in these 3 cards. And when I don't see the person themselves, your opposite, your partner to be in the reading, it means that they actually don't hold as much importance as you think they do. And also that they don't hold a priority in your life as much as you think they do. I think this is a bit romantic. I think this is kind of romanticized a bit here. And what you kind of really need to give away are these kind of fantasies that you have of that person. No ill, like, do not mean any disrespect to anyone when I say that, but this feels more so about you than it is about them, as in they're not here. They should be here in the reading, but they're not. And why aren't they? This shows to me that you're actually putting in way more effort than they are, and more importantly, you're putting in more emotional effort and more mental effort, because I'm feeling a bit of mental torture here as well. You're just waiting, you're like, why? So this is all about the after effects on you. And they're actually not that positive. So for some of you, you may need to let go of this person that you have in your mind's eye, because it's a little bit of fantasy going on. But also for those of you who are kind of seeing multiple people, I would say, like, be a bit choosy. Do you know what I mean? Be a bit picky. It's because it's your time, it's your life, and it's your investment, and it's like you'd rather know you're investing in something that may actually go somewhere as opposed to something that you know is not really going to go anywhere. You know, it's just kind of nice to get that lovely text message from someone that you know fancies you, isn't it? It so is. It so is though. But wouldn't you like to be the one as well to fancy them back and be like, say the same things, right? And they're trying to make plans at you, and you're trying to make plans. Like there's trying to weave a connection between the two. That's what you need to get rid of here. But like, I like that you're getting a bit more romantic. I do like that. You're like a little bit, hey, here's my cup, this is my cup, you like my cup? Thing is, many people like your cup, Pisces. Or Pisces. Oh, are somebody saying Pisces? Aquarius. But, you know, don't give it out to everyone. Not everyone gets the cup for free. Am I right? Right. Now, your 4th card here. This is what you need to develop. Let's have a look. The World. Right, okay. Yes. So, Major Arcana here. Very, very nice card to have. So the World is about, well, it's the world, but more importantly, it's your world. And we spoke about this over here, something that's important to you. It's your world. Putting yourself center stage of your own world as well. Being involved and being part of a world that you've created for yourself that feels good and that is particular to you. And this is about you living in a world that feels a lot freer for you than maybe other worlds or other times have been in your life, all right? Other people's worlds that you've been involved in, even like work worlds or domestic life, families and friends, even those kind of tribes that we accumulate over time and that kind of disintegrate. This is actually about you being your truest self and living in something that feels just the best for you now, where you're at in time, in this particular time. And like, are there people around you that will not always agree with your choices? Yes, there are, absolutely. Will those people quietly and gently talk about you sometimes behind your back? Abso-friggin-lutely. But does that mean that that energy can invade you? No. No, no, no. You've got the wreath here. Look, this is about wealth and prosperity, but it's about wealth and prosperity in the world that you've created for you. And that's fantastic. These people are here around you. They may be close to you. They may not always agree with what you're doing, but you know that you're okay. You know that you're safe, and you know that you're on the right journey and on the right path. And that's like, there's so much to be said for that. There's so much to be said for that. So Aquarius, like, just don't give up on this. Develop this. This, do you know what this is? This is a distraction. Right? This person, whoever this is that you particularly have in mind, is a distraction. This Page of Cups, who he gives out his cups to, who he knows and nothing's going to come back from it, that's all a distraction. You need to really focus on where you're at right now. You really need to focus on where you want to go. Where do you want to go? And who do you want to be? But this is saying to you, like, try it on. Try it on for size. See if this fits. If it doesn't, it's okay. But we'll keep trying because we want you to be in a world that you're happy in. And there's so, look how free she is. She's naked. She doesn't care. She's loving life. Life is great. She can reveal her true self and know that she's protected by herself as well. And know that she doesn't really care what anyone else thinks. As long as she's safe and she's okay. This is your mega, this is huge for you. But you need to hone in on this more so than this, because these people are, I'm not saying they're bad people, but they're just not for you, you know? The shoe don't fit, does it? The shoe doesn't fit. No. Now your last three cards, I know I said I don't, like, I like to, with this particular spread, I like to peel back one by one, kind of reveal them. But the last three I think are important to kind of unravel together, right? So we'll flip it, go. Wow. Ooh. Who did she come up for now? Gemini. Gemini she came up for. Right, you've got the Five of Wands, Queen of Swords, and Four of Pentacles. In the fifth position, this is what you'd love to become. Right? Oh, Aquarius. Well, Wands is fire energy. We've got beautiful Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And five sometimes is at a crossroads with life. I'm not quite sure where to go. You can either go forward or you can either go back. I think it's important for you though to go forward, right? For anyone, it's to go forward. This is what you'd love to become. Now, there's kind of a slight argumentative, belligerent atmosphere in this particular card. There's a few fights with people. It's a little bit rowdy. Do you know, I'm going to put it like, it's like a mosh pit at a rock gig. That's what this is like. But I think as well, what's more important for you is about you wanting to express yourself in a more creative way. And you're kind of finding your voice in doing that, and you're not quite sure how to do that. So one way you think of how you could do that is just by just being like going in all guns blazing and not caring. Just being like, this is me, what's up? And then coming with this kind of backlash as well off people. So what you'd like to become, I don't think this is what you'd like to become. I think it's more of a case that you'd like to be a bit more verbally expressive about yourself, about your feelings, about what you like and what you don't like. And not being afraid to do it in the company of others that are of opposition to you. Because that's going to happen. I feel like this is very much you here. Like, I can't put this too close because I don't have autofocus on. Oh sure, look, we'll do it anyway, right? We'll do manual focus. Right. Okay, can you see this guy? This is you. Guy or girl, doesn't matter. Look at the face. Look at that face. That they're going in and they're just whacking everyone. You're like, bang, bang, bang. This is me. This is what I got to say. I'm Aquarius. I don't care of the opposition. And that's good. In a way, that's actually quite good. But it's important for you to know that you can deliver what you feel passionate about, what you feel very creative about. You can deliver that in a way that isn't as argumentative as this card portrays. Or isn't as belligerent, because you don't want to be seen as belligerent, somebody that creates waves for no reason. You want to be someone that creates waves for a reason. Okay, and that's really, really important. All right. Now, the sixth position here is your current quest. Well, nice. Right, so this is actually the Queen of Swords, so this is your suit again. For me, the Page of Swords is Gemini, Queen of Swords is Libra, and the King of Swords is normally you, Aquarius. That's how I feel about the cards. Now, this is your current quest. So this is someone that has the ability to verbally express themselves, to communicate in a really effective way, in a really eloquent way as well. Gets their point across, doesn't hurt others, can hurt others if they cross the line, but prefers not to. Now, I think these two combine what I said about you expressing yourself in a stronger way and verbally more effectively. Well, hey, look, she's great. She's coming in and she's saying, look, I get what you want to do. Let me come in and do my thing. So now, what about her? Let's talk about her a little bit. In the traditional decks and other decks, normally she's holding a head in one hand and the sword in the other. So that means, again, as I always say, the tongue is like the sword. It is as deadly as the sword. What you say to people and how you say it, oh my God, can you cut them down? Now, there's not the intention of doing that. That's not always, she is aggressive, don't get me wrong, but that's not always her intention, is to go in and just cut the heads off ASAP. It's not really her gig. But if she needs to, she will. Now, what's up with this card? There's a slight downside to this card. She's known as the Widow card. And she's known as the Widow card because with that sword, she wasn't just given that sword. Like other queens were given their gifts. She acquired this through experience. They're really harsh life experiences as well. And she carries this intellect and this wisdom with her as kind of an aftermath of all that. So she earned this sword. Also, she's higher up in the clouds, and you'll see probably the other kings, the King of Swords as. She's higher up because she's on she's working off such a higher mental plane that at times she can get extremely irritated with the smaller things in life. Because she's like, how do people not see the cons and pros of this? This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not doing this anymore. Done. And she just doesn't, because those things, those smaller things, irritate her, she detaches herself even more and she rises higher and she moves away from people. So what I'd say to you is, on your current quest of really wanting to speak your truth and being your own queen, regardless if you're male or not, doesn't matter, being your own queen, it's important for you to know that your words carry weight, as I say, but also that when you feel like people are not working off a higher mental plane as you are, rather than pull yourself away and being like a balloon just flying up into the sky, instead of saying, oh my God, this is so irritating, they're so irritating, like, get the frig away from me, turn it on its head and say, all right, okay, these people or whoever this is doesn't know actually how to operate this, doesn't know how this scenario works. Okay, I will teach them. And that in turn has an extremely grounding effect on you. And also, because you're an air sign, will pull you out of your head a little bit more. Bring you back down to earth. And you need that at times, Aquarius, right? All the air signs do need to be brought down to earth just a little bit. But she's so strong. And she's so great in her position. As I said, she earned it. She didn't just get it, she earned it. And that's why she sits alone. But, you know, it's not too bad being alone sometimes. Just come back down to earth the odd time, right? That's what we need. Now the last card, this is where it will lead you to. As I talk about coming back down to earth, then we have the earth elements. We've got 4 of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn. Now, Pentacle energy, as I said, it is an earth element. It is grounded, it is deep rooted, it is the soil beneath your feet. It is Mother Earth. Now, 4s are normally an extreme balancing act. Well, not a balancing act, extreme balance within a person. You have 2 4s here. These 4s also means balancing of the home as well and relations within the home. But this 4 of Pentacles kind of comes up because I think some of you have been through a few things that in your life thus far, maybe in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, that have kind of allowed you to wander. Now that's not a bad thing, but I feel like you've wandered so much you've kind of lost track of where you've actually wanted to go. There are so many things, there's so many options. You do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. And in reality, you can't do them all. So it's kind of like being, and Gemini had this where I felt like they were just a slightly wandering soul. You don't feel as lost to me as Gemini did, but I just feel like you've wandered so far out of exploration that you've kind of gotten a bit lost. And what you've done is then, and where this is all leading you to, these experiences, it's leading you to kind of getting back to yourself. Bring you back down to earth and being like, do you know what? I need to just be a bit more. This is a big privacy card as well, which I'm glad you have here, because here you were just like, no, yeah, everyone was getting your time. Whereas now you're going, no, I kind of need to keep myself to myself a little bit more. It's about also keeping your finances to yourself, or your other material goods, anything of tangible wealth that you deem to be wealthy. But more importantly, it's about sides of yourself, aspects of yourself, holding on to them, because you're like, do you know what, I don't want to just give all these out to everyone. I don't want to tell my complete story in the first time I meet them. It's about keeping your counsel and keeping quiet sometimes about stuff. This is a slightly narcissistic card, by the way. I don't feel it with you though at all. I feel it's more of a case that you just want to keep yourself to yourself, and that now you realise what's actually really valuable about you and holding on to it. What I will say is that's good. You want to stay in that energy for a while, lay low, absolutely. But also just know that you can't hold on to things too tight, because if you hold on to them too tight, nothing can get in and nothing can get out. And remember, love especially needs room to breathe. And you need to open up the arms a bit and let it in a little bit more. But you want to hold on to sides of yourself and be quiet and private about that, absolutely go for it. That's what I'd say. And also, if it is the case as well that some of you need to save money, save your money a little bit more. Be a little bit more diligent about your money as well, a little bit more resourceful. But I think this is more so about you. I think this is more so about the sides of you that are precious to you now, and that you realise are value. And that your self-worth is something I think that as well, and kind of needs to be worked on a little bit more. Recognising what's really valuable within you. That's really important. Alright, my darling Aquarius, this has been your bi-weekly reading for July the 17th to July the 30th, 2017. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I always read them. I don't always have time to get back to them, but I do always read them. So I thank you for that. And remember, if you're going through anything, this is a family here. We're a Tuatha, we're a tribe, and we take care of each other here, alright? So put your comments in the comment section below. If you need guidance in your excuse me, general life or love life, or a bit of both, I'm your gal. My email address is below, and you can email me directly, and I can email you back my service list and my prices as well. Excuse me, Aquarius. Oh God, my voice is going. You have a beautiful 2 weeks, alright? You take care of yourself. You know you're going in the right direction, alright? Reel it in a little bit more. Reel it in. Let's bring back the wandering soul and make sure that you take care of yourself in the home. The home is where you're going to re-energize yourself, alright? My darlings, have a beautiful 2 weeks. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you in the following 2 weeks. Bye-bye, Aquarius. Take care. Bye-bye.